Ladies and gentlemen, on our stage tonight is an animal whose name sounds like a medical condition. The anteater. Not an eagle, not a lion, but an anteater. That's like if your name was Sandwich Devourer. Your entire personality, your whole essence, reduced to your lunch menu, no mystery, no intrigue. He just eats ants. But trust me, the way he does it turns a simple meal into an existential comedy of the absurd. Imagine a creature that nature assembled in the dark from leftover parts of other animals. Its head looks like a long tube with a tiny hole at the end, so small not even your credit card could fit through it after the holidays. That's not a mouth, it's some kind of biological donation slot. And from this slot emerges the beast's ultimate weapon, its tongue. Forget everything you know about tongues. A giant anteater's tongue can reach 60 centimeters in length. 60. That's 2 feet. It's longer than an adult's arm from elbow to fingertips. This tongue isn't just long. It's not attached in the mouth like in any decent creature. It's attached to its breastbone, to the bone in the center of its chest. Imagine if your tongue started somewhere around your solar plexus. You'd win every argument just by existing. This sticky, worm-like rope shoots out of its mouth at a speed of 150 times per minute. That's 2.5 lightning-fast attacks per second. Before you can even blink, it's already licked away all your life plans. And the funniest part of all this guy has 0 teeth. None. Zilch? Absolutely. Evolution looked at him and said, "You know what, buddy? Teeth are for pussies. You're just gonna suck up your food like a broken vacuum cleaner." He doesn't even chew. He just swallows thousands of insects as they desperately try to figure out what kind of sticky apocalypse has just hit them. So, the next time you complain about your job, just remember the anteater. His entire career is sticking a tongue out of his chest and hoping something sticks to it. And you know what's insane? It works. He swallows them whole, and then the magic begins. His stomach has a special, super muscular section, just like a bird's gizzard. And to help this internal blender, he intentionally swallows sand and small pebbles. This son of a bitch literally carries his own construction materials to digest his lunch. He's not eating. He's conducting internal roadworks. Every meal is a small construction project. And you look at this walking biological screw-up and think, how did it even survive? But it didn't just survive. It looks at you with its tiny eye and says, "Yeah, I have no teeth and my tongue has a life of its own, but I'm here and the dinosaurs aren't." So, who's the weird one now? So, we've established that our hero is a toothless, high-speed licking specialist. But what's his typical day like? This isn't just a job, it's a calling. To fill its belly, a giant anteater has to visit up to 200 anthills or termite mounds a day. 200. Imagine a delivery driver with 200 packages, but instead of getting paid, he just gets protein. He approaches a termite mound, which can be harder than concrete, and that's where his claws come in. His front paws have claws up to 10 centimeters long. That's 4 inches. These aren't claws. They're 4 personal can openers. He rips open the wall of the termite mound like you rip open a bag of chips and shoves in his 2-foot-long sticky probe. But he doesn't stay long. About a minute per mound. Why? Because ants and termites aren't idiots. After a minute, they organize an army, march out with their tiny spears, and start biting the invading tongue. The anteater doesn't fight back. He just retracts his tongue and calmly walks to the next restaurant. It's a hit-and-run strategy perfected into a gastronomic art form. He doesn't defeat the enemy. He just tastes it and bounces. In a single day, he eats about 30,000 insects. 30,000! That's the population of a small town. He single-handedly commits genocide in the insect world. And he does it with a look of complete indifference. His sight and hearing are absolute crap. He sees the world through a foggy window and hears you like you're talking to him from underwater. But his sense of smell is 40 times sharper than a human's. He can smell an anthill from a kilometer away. He literally follows the scent like a gourmet searching for a rare delicacy, except his delicacy is a writhing mass of tiny creatures. He has different dishes, too. There are smaller anteaters, the tamanduas, that live in trees. They're like the younger brothers who haven't graduated to serious ground-level brawls yet. They have prehensile tails to hang from branches while they bust open arboreal termite nests. And then there's the pygmy anteater, the size of your hand, weighing less than 400 grams. This guy is elite. He hunts tiny tree ants. It's like comparing a guy who eats at a cafeteria to someone who dines at a Michelin star restaurant. The concept is the same, but the presentation is different, and their entire life is an endless search for food. They have a very slow metabolism and one of the lowest body temperatures among mammals, ranging from 33 to 36 degrees Celsius, 91-97 degrees Celsius. They're like energy-saving light bulbs, but with fur and claws. They conserve energy to spend it on the only thing that matters, finding another anthill. It's not a life, it's an endless food court with a very, very monotonous menu. And this jerk doesn't even try to order something new. In captivity, sure, he might eat some fruit. But that's more out of desperation, like when you eat a salad because you can't fit into your jeans anymore. In the wild, only ants, only hardcore. Let's be real. When you look at an anteater, you see something goofy. A long snout, a clumsy walk, a bushy broom-like tail. He looks like a sad poet who went for a walk and forgot where he was going. You think, poor thing, any house cat could bully him. And that's the moment you make the biggest mistake of your life. Because beneath that baggy exterior hides a killing machine. When an anteater feels threatened, it doesn't run. It rears up on its hind legs like a boxer in the ring and spreads its front legs wide. This is the "come at me, bro" pose. And on those front paws are those 4-inch-long claws. These aren't just claws. They are curved daggers capable of gutting anyone. Standing like that, he looks like a very weird angel of death in a fur coat. His hug is the last thing you'd ever want to experience. He can embrace an opponent and simply shred them with his claws. You think that's an exaggeration? Go ask the jaguars and pumas. They are the apex predators of South America. Literal killing machines. But even they try to give the giant anteater a wide berth. There are documented cases of anteaters killing jaguars. Killing them. Can you imagine that? A toothless animal that eats insects kills a massive cat at the top of the food chain. That's like an office worker armed only with a stapler winning a street fight against a heavyweight boxing champion. Absurd? Yes, but it's a fact. The anteater walks in a very peculiar way, tucking its claws inward and walking on the knuckles. It looks like he's tiptoeing, embarrassed by his own height. But he does it to keep his ultimate weapon sharp. He protects his claws like a professional chef protects his knives. Because he knows, his face is a joke, his diet is a punchline, but his paws are a death sentence. He is the perfect example of looks can be deceiving. He's that quiet guy in the corner that everyone ignores, but who can end you with a single move. This bastard even sleeps curled up in a ball, covering himself with his huge fluffy tail like a blanket. It looks cute and helpless. But if you try to wake him up, he'll whip out a paw with 4 blades from under his blanket and politely ask if you've misplaced your survival instinct. He is a walking paradox, a peaceful herbivore that eats living creatures, a clumsy wanderer with ninja weapons. He proves one simple truth. Never judge someone by their diet. Even if he eats ants, he might just be the last thing you ever see. The anteater's love life is just as weird and lonely as everything else about it. They are confirmed introverts. They meet for one purpose only, after which they part ways as if nothing ever happened. No romantic candlelit dinners. I mean, what would they serve? Ants in the dark? That sounds more like a horror movie. Males are usually larger than females, but telling them apart visually is practically impossible. All their reproductive organs are hidden deep inside their bodies. To figure out if you're looking at a male or a female, you'd need to conduct a serious medical exam. They have no external signs, as if nature decided they had enough weirdness to deal with already and hid all the interesting bits. So when 2 anteaters meet, it's like a blind date where neither participant is sure of the other's gender until the very last moment. And now, get ready. Provocative fact. They don't have what's known in the mammal world as penetrative mating. Fertilization happens through contact-based insemination. Like with some lizards, they just press the right parts together. It is the most awkward and technical conception process imaginable. No passion, no madness. Just, hello, let's exchange genetic material and go our separate ways. It's like handing over important documents via a courier. Fast, efficient, and completely emotionless. After such a date, The female carries a single baby. Twins are extremely rare. When the baby is born, it's tiny but already a fully formed copy of its mother. And here comes the most touching part. The mother can't hold it with her dagger-like claws. So, right after birth, the baby climbs onto her back and lives there. It travels on its mother like a passenger on a bus, clinging to her thick fur. Its coloring blends in with the mother's, making it nearly invisible to predators. It's brilliant camouflage. The mother carries it on her back for almost a year, until it becomes independent. Just picture this: a giant creature with a tube for a face that eats ants and kills jaguars, tenderly carrying its child on its back. This is the epitome of parental love in the world of biological freaks. She protects it, feeds it, and teaches it all the secrets of the ant hunting trade. And all this time, it just sits on her back, looking at the world and thinking, wow, look at all these restaurants. And then this little bastard grows up, gets off her back, and wanders off into its own lonely life, to one day find another anteater, awkwardly press against it, and continue this amazing, absurd cycle of life. It's a story that proves that even the strangest and loneliest creatures in this world have a place for family, albeit a very peculiar one. Let's take a look at this weird family's passport. Anteaters aren't just oddball loners. They are part of an ancient and noble lineage. They belong to a superorder called xenarthrans, which in Latin means strange joints. Even the scientists who first described them looked at their skeleton and said, whoa, those are some seriously strange joints. In this exclusive club are sloths and armadillos. This is the South American aristocracy that evolved in isolation before the continents connected. They're like something from another world, an alternate branch of evolution where the rules were completely different. For a long time, people thought anteaters were related to African aardvarks or Asian pangolins. I mean, it makes sense. They all have long snouts, sticky tongues, and eat termites. But nope. Genetics showed it's just a stunning example of convergent evolution. That's when nature, solving the same problem, how to get termites out of their concrete fortress, comes up with the exact same solution in different parts of the world. It's as if engineers in 3 different countries, without ever communicating, invented the exact same smartphone. Except in this case, the smartphone is a walking tube with a sticky tongue. There are 4 main species of anteater. The giant anteater is the terrestrial king we've been discussing. 2 species of tamandua, the tree-climbing acrobats of medium size. And the silky anteater, a tiny, fluffy, and completely arboreal species that looks like the love child of a squirrel and a very sad teddy bear. But unfortunately, our comedy show is reaching its dramatic conclusion. The giant anteater is currently listed as a vulnerable species. Its population is declining. And the culprits aren't jaguars. We are. Deforestation, agricultural expansion, wildfires, all of this is destroying their homes and their restaurants. Sometimes they are killed, mistaken for pests, or simply out of fear of their claws. This unique, strange, absurd branch of evolution that has survived for millions of years might disappear because we need another soybean field or another road. Amazingly, these animals are almost completely resistant to cancer. Their cellular defense system is so effective that cancer cells are destroyed at the earliest stage. They could teach us so much more than just how to properly eat ants. So the next time you see a picture of an anteater, don't just laugh at its nose. Look at it with respect. It's a survival genius, a toothless philosopher, a lonely warrior, and a caring parent. It is living proof that to succeed in life, you don't have to be beautiful, strong, or even have teeth. Sometimes all you need is a very, very long tongue and the knowledge of where to stick it. And maybe we could all learn a thing or two from that kind of focus.